Hi, this is Keya here with Hariatma.com, and I'm on day 6 of my 9-day HO2 cleanse. And many of you know that I am a vegan and have been for the past 11 years. This is a diet and lifestyle that has really helped me with my health challenges, and it's one that my body wants. And I say that because many of you are cleansing and you may not be a vegan. In fact, most of you probably aren't. And so I just want to share that even though I love the vegan lifestyle and I love not harming animals and I love eating lots of raw foods and fresh foods and eating grains like quinoa as much as I can, but this is the diet that works for me. And so it may not be the diet that works for you. And I want to be clear about that because when I'm dealing with clients, I'm really looking more at what ways we can make your diet, your lifestyle more healthy, more balanced, more whole. And so for some of you, you'll do this cleanse, and this cleanse will begin to wipe the slate clean so that when you go back to your normal life and your normal diet and your normal choices, you'll be able to feel the difference and how that impacts your body. So then many people decide to quit coffee after doing the cleanse. Many people decide to stop eating sugar. Some have even decided they want to continue this diet forever. They want to become vegan or become a pesco vegetarian or vegetarian. And all those things are great. But what's important is that you listen to your body and that you make that choice, not because it's popular, not because I'm doing it, not because you think it's going to make you skinnier. This isn't a diet or lifestyle that I've chosen for any of those reasons. I've chosen it because this is what works for me. And I've tried, to go even further into it and maybe even become fully raw. I've done that for a little while, and it didn't work for my body. I needed to have some cooked foods and, balance it out with a lot of raw foods. And I have friends that are raw foodists. I have friends that are vegan. And I have friends that eat it all. And some of them are really healthy, incredibly vibrant. And some of them are not. So it doesn't necessarily make you healthy just being a vegan or just being a raw foodist or a health nut. That doesn't necessarily make you healthy. What makes you healthy is choosing foods, incorporating foods in your diet, and exercise in your diet that really supports you. And what's interesting is that I'm a yoga teacher, an herbalist, and sort of a health nut, right? I have this, vegan diet that I've done for so long. But what's interesting is that all three of those paths can really make you there's room to be very rigid within all three of those paths. As a yogi, there are different styles of yoga. We get into one style is better than the other. We get into pushing our bodies in yoga in ways that maybe it's not a place that your body really needs to be. And so it's interesting because I find myself in both practices as a yogi and, as a foodie, as a health person. I find myself always checking in with my body because I'll have teachers that think a certain practice is a better practice for me, that want to push me further than my body is ready to go. And so at the end of the day, it's not even about what I say. It's not about what anyone says. It's about how you feel inside. And I think if you kind of take that and go through life with that as your barometer, you'll feel so much better. And you can take that to pretty much any place. Like, it's not just specific for diet. You can use that at work. You can use that at home. How do you feel when you eat this way? How do you feel when you do these poses or when you do these meditations or when you go to this class versus another? And you make your choice. It may be surfing. I want to learn to surf, by the way. But it may be surfing that's your thing. It may be that you continue your diet and you just make more choices, including more organic foods, just making really healthy choices for whatever it is that you are. And I really, truly honor it all. I really, truly honor it all. The places where I get uncomfortable is when I hear people who have one lifestyle that works for them bashing others. That's where I have a problem. Because I think that each person is individual and we all are in our own place and we're entitled to make our own choices. And if we have a lifestyle choice that we're comfortable with, even if it's hurting us, that's our choice, right? So you're here clearly because you want to make some changes. And so you're putting yourself in a really good position, a really good space to clear out all the debris so that you can incorporate foods in your diet and then your palate is clean. So you can really listen to and be sensitive to what things need to be permanently removed from your diet. As I said, for me, this has been a journey. When I became a vegan, I didn't snap my fingers and decide overnight I'm going to be a vegan. Even though I've been a vegan for 11 years, I think it's been that long because I slowly became a vegan. Slowly. First I stopped beef. Then a few years later I stopped chicken and turkey. And chicken was hard for me. Chicken was difficult, and I tell this story in class because I'm not ashamed of it. And it's a part of the reason why yesterday I said when you have guilt around your food choices, that's detrimental. And that if you do cheat, it actually is a way to help you to stop doing it again. And I'm going to give you a story. I was living in Detroit. It was about 1998. And I was just stopping chicken from my diet. And I had been about 6 months, no chicken. And I thought I was doing pretty good. At that time, I was in Detroit. There just wasn't a lot of information on alternative foods, and so I was doing the best I can. Most days I was eating bread and pasta and lots of potatoes and veggies. That was the best I could do. Hey, right? So my body still wasn't getting the nutrients that it really needed. And so I was journeying along and I passed a KFC. Now this is 6 months, no chicken. So I passed a KFC and just my body just wanted the chicken. It wanted it. And I wasn't even a person that ate KFC. But because I wasn't giving my body the proper nutrition, because I was just deciding I'm going to do this because I know it's healthy, intellectually in my mind, I understood that it was better for me to be a vegan, to be a vegetarian. And so I wanted it. I really wanted it. But my body wasn't ready for it because I wasn't giving it all the nutrition that it needed to provide that balance and that nourishment. And so it set up, because I was malnourished, bread and pasta and potatoes, how nourishing is that? Because I was malnourished, I was craving. And so I passed this KFC and I was craving this chicken. So I was like, I can't believe this. I said, I'm craving chicken. I said, you know what? I'm going to have it. I walked in. I got one of those, I don't even know what specials they have now, but it was one of those buckets of chicken for something. I was like a crackhead. I came outside into the parking lot. I got in my car. I did not even drive home. I sat in that parking lot and devoured that chicken. And I went home and threw up for the rest of the night. My body was like, what? I threw up for the rest of the night. And to this day, the smell of chicken. That's one thing. It's like I never miss chicken. Never. After that, never ate it again. So, in me telling you, when you're cleansing, when you have those cravings, if you go and allow yourself to have a little bit of it, especially if you've already started cleansing, many times your body will you'll have a strong reaction or you'll have a mild nausea reaction. Either way, you'll set yourself up to not include that food again. And that's how you want to stop things. You want to stop doing things, push things out of your way when your body is ready, when your body's truly ready, not just your mind. Because intellectually, a lot of us get this, right? It's a healthy lifestyle. But you've got to set your body up to be ready for this. And as I said, with me, I just wasn't providing the proper nutrition. And after that whole episode happened, I started doing the research. I started doing the work. And I started including more balanced, nutritious meals. I didn't get really good at that until I got to California. And the last thing I stopped was fish. So even though it took that much to stop chicken, it was maybe 3 years later. No, not 3 years. That was 98. So I stopped fish in, I believe it was 2001. That was when I became vegan. I stopped fish and cheese. So it wasn't until 3 years later that I actually became vegan. And that wasn't my goal. I was just listening to my body. Now for you, this whole thing could last 6 months. People move a lot faster than they did back then. So don't think it's going to take you, 5-6 years to transition into a healthier diet. Just listen to your body and make small choices at a time. And do it when your body's ready, because your body will tell you. And that way you'll stay healthy. You won't be doing cleanses and then binge eating afterwards. I know a lot of people that do that too, healthy people. They cleanse and they're always cleansing. And then afterwards, they're binge eating. Even if it's healthy food, it's still binge eating, overeating. And that happens when we are not listening to our body. And cleansing is something we want to do frequently. We want to do it a few times a year. But you want to listen to your body with that too. I mean, this cleanse that I'm doing now, I make a cleanse. I love this cleanse. It's my favorite cleanse because it happens to be one that I make, right? But I believe in it because I've seen all the results from others and from myself. But after doing it for so much, I got to a place where my colon is in pretty good shape. And so I haven't had to do my herbal cleanse for at least maybe 2 years now. Haven't had to do it. Every now and then, if something happens, I may take a few of the colon capsules to push something through. I drink the tonic, I'm always making that. So the tonic I drink just as a nutritional component. You can take that just as a daily nourishment. It's not necessarily cleansing you unless you're doing it as a part of the cleanse and taking the cleansing dose. So I have not done my cleanse program it's been a couple of years. And I just knew that I didn't need to. And it wasn't until I knew now, what, I need to cleanse now. Emotionally, I needed to cleanse. Even more than physically, emotionally, I knew I needed to cleanse. So that's why I'm doing this. And so that's what you want to drive you. You want your body to lead you. And you want to follow that. And you want to keep putting the healthy foods in and keep adding in, healthy lifestyle, running, whatever it is, whatever exercise regimen works for you. The more fit, the more active you stay, the more healthy foods you include in, the more your body's going to demand that. And that's what you want. And that's where it stays. That's where it sticks. That's where it's effortless. People say to me all the time, you make this stuff look so easy. And it's because it is easy. It's easy for me now because of the approach that I took to it and because I really followed my truth and honored that. And so, as I said, be where you are in your space and don't feel bad about any of it. If you eat chicken, if you eat pork, if you eat beef, you're not any less than anyone else. Just make healthy choices for you. And if you're doing this cleanse, you'll discover the things that need to leave. And each of us is different. So I don't judge anyone. I embrace it all. This is my lifestyle. This is what I love. And as many people as I can help by sharing this information, I will. But this is not the way for every person. So just remember that. Peace, love, and light to you all. Blessings. Bye.